Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have UFO Europe, the Untold Stories. This is a National Geographic series. It's from 2012. It's one season. It has about 7 episodes. Let's make sure. Yep, 7 episodes. They're all about 45 minutes each, and it explores all the UFO phenomena that the Europeans have seen all over the continent, from Norway to Scotland down to Portugal, all over the place. Normally, I mean, I'm used to when we see stories about UFOs and encounters with aliens and all this other stuff. It's usually some hillbilly in the middle of nowhere America, talking about anal probes and God knows what else. We get, obviously we have all that. It all grows out of the Red Scare and everything else, and also our drive to go to the moon and space exploration. What will we find out there? I mean, for a really long time, this is something you really should look up. Uh, we didn't know what we were going to step into necessarily when we sent a man to the moon in 1969. So there's a lot of speculation that we had no idea technically what the moon would be like. They knew what space was. I mean, to a certain degree, how to handle it, because they would send up, well, the Russians would send up monkeys and dogs, and we eventually sent up humans. We might have sent a monkey or two, too. But either way, all the speculation has sparked our imagination. Anytime a weird light flickers through the sky, we're assuming it's UFOs. And I'm going to be very clear here. I do believe that UFOs exist because the things that people see, they are unidentified, they appear to be flying, and they're objects. That fulfills all the criteria. It doesn't mean they're aliens. It doesn't mean they're from another world. It doesn't mean anything other than that they are objects that are flying and we can't identify them. So, yeah. UFOs 100% exist. You can tell people that yourself with full on confidence that, yeah, there's unidentified stuff we don't know what they are, and they're flying around. But we still have no idea what they are. And even the Europeans, who are not necessarily given over to hysteria or uh, delusion, as much as it seems we are these days, here in the United States, they, well, yeah. Anyway, they did have all sorts of. They did also start all sorts of religions. So, anyway, yeah. There's crazy weird lights in the sky. There's people who this series tells stories of people who had experiences on the ground at 10:30 in the morning during daylight hours. Although Scotland, it could have probably been really foggy in a bog somewhere. I'm not really sure, but it shows that they've had experiences, and it goes through every effort to dispel these claims. The man who was in Scotland and walked up to what looked like a spaceship in the woods near his home, they're like, why would he make this up? He's never even interested in stuff like this. Why would he make up a story about aliens or spaceships or whatever else? And he was delirious when they found him. He was unconscious first, and then he woke up and they cut his pants off of him because they had been messed up by the alien spaceship, or spaceship. I shouldn't say alien because, again, who knows? It could have been the Russians. It could have been, well, this is 1978, so commies, Russians, yeah, we're still Cold War at this point, but there's Scotland, so who knows? Who knows? Everybody's just paranoid at this at 1978. Yeah, it's you never know. I don't know if I believe in aliens or life on other planets in the way we assume aliens are. They all have 2 arms, 2 legs, big heads, or whatever. Like, they're different versions of us. What we consider aliens very often may not be something that we identify as carbon-based life. Who knows? I don't. I want to believe. I'm Fox Mulder in this, and I want to believe, but nothing has given me undeniable proof that, yeah, you know what? Those are little green men or grays or whatever you call them. I mean, I've done my research in this kind of stuff in the sense of just watching documentaries like this. And I mean honestly, 90% of this show is reenactments, dodgy reenactments. This happened in 1982. Ooh, here's a guy in an airplane. He saw a spaceship, and it almost made him crash. So it's these very dramatic retellings and very dramatic music that's pulsing underneath everything that's being said. And with the British accent thrown underneath there, you know it's got to be something they're taken seriously. So I mean, they interview a lot of people who are scientists and people who have experienced this stuff firsthand, and they've also show a lot of footage that was captured at the times. In Norway in this first episode. I only watched one episode, but they go to, like I said, Scotland, Norway, and Portugal. In Norway, there's a number of people who saw these lights on a regular basis, and they went away for a few years. And then they came back in the 90s. So it was just like, what's going on here? And they put together teams of people to search this stuff out, and they had radar showing up, showing that they were tracking this item, this UFO on radar, even when people couldn't see it. That the lights came on, they went off, or zipped across the sky, and there was a bunch of them. Sometimes it was one. They were still there, according to radar, but they still can't identify what it is. So, if we're paranoid enough, thanks to the X-Files and many other things, that if something did crash, even in the middle of Los Angeles or in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky or Kansas, let's say, near Smallville, more than likely an elderly couple is not going to just scoop up that alien and take it into their home. And let's just say we have enough technology right now that is tracking just about anything that's in our airspace that the government would be on it in seconds, more than likely. They can't do much else very good, but they can probably do whatever they can to squash any proof if there were aliens. So again, they're not going to let us find this stuff out until we can get around that. We're pretty much still going to keep watching UFOs, unidentified flying objects. I would love to find an IFO, an identified flying object, other than Southwest jet flying over my house. So yeah, it is what it is. But this is an entertaining documentary. It's nothing really new. It just has, what's new about it is that it is wholly not America. It is very much European, and you get to see a number of different people's perspectives from a number of different cultures as they react. I mean, there's lots of footage of people screaming. I don't maybe that far out, that very rural Norway town that experienced these lights on a number of occasions. If audio and video, you just hear people screaming like they're in terror. Like, what's happening? Like, it's War of the Worlds, but there's no like squid pods coming down or anything. It's just lights. Why are you screaming? I don't know. Makes no sense. Anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode. Maybe we'll have something special.
48.
48. Way down low. Oops, stop. Go back. 48. Man, we're going top to the bottom to the top again. 48. Huh. Okay. Are we sure it's 48? Making sure. Yep, 48. Okay. 48, we're doing another documentary back to back. I don't know if it's a series or if it's a single thing, but we're going to find out. And I'm not even really sure what it is. It could be about a band. It could be about royalty. It could be about bees, for all I know. Because this is Being the Queen. Maybe it's chess. I just watched Queen's Gambit on Netflix. It's very good. Yeah, but no, it's not that. I'm sure of it. But Being the Queen is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.